A few days ago I was working on an Amiga 1200. It's had a full recap, the floppy drive tuned, a full service and retro brighting to remove the yellowing. You can see behind me the computer's now nice and white. We'll do a comparison of that to how it was. But I'm also going to upgrade the customer's internal hard drive that doesn't exist to a compact flash and install Workbench for him free of charge. He did want this, but when he found out the price he didn't really want to pay the extra. So I'm still just going to do this and show you guys how you install a hard drive into an Amiga that doesn't have one and how to set it up. Here was the Amiga before retro brighting, and here it is now. You can see the keys are perfectly white, the brown has come back out, and you've got a slight fade still, which you always get with retro brighting. Because this was already light and this was quite dark, you can see a slight difference from the top to bottom, but overall that's really nice now. And we can see inside, normally a hard drive would be connected here on the IDEs and resting here, like a physical hard drive. For this upgrade, we can use a little compact flash to IDE adapter, so we can plug a compact flash in here, the compact flash itself, and this flexible ribbon, which is just a nice short ribbon to connect from this adapter straight to the Amiga. With that physically installed and double-sided tape to cover all of the bottom pins and stuck down, that's the hardware side done. To make it easier to install, instead of using loads of floppies, I'm using a Gotek in a little external case I've made, and we're going to run the Amiga OS install. With that inserted, we get booted straight up into Workbench, and now we can click the install disk. And before we can install, we need to run the hard drive tools and format the new compact flash. Now, once we've defined a few options, we can now just partition the drive, hold both mouse buttons when rebooting, so we can now select boot options, and we still need to boot off the Gotek, which is DF1. Otherwise, now it will attempt to boot off the hard drive image we just made, and it's not yet ready. Once we get back into Workbench, we've now got these two unformatted partitions that we can now format. Just right-clicking, icon, and format. Now both of them are formatted, you can think of this as like a C drive on Windows, and this is like an external D drive. We'll go to the install and finally start installing the actual OS onto this new system partition. That's as simple as clicking the install and running through the steps. This will take about 20 minutes roughly, and we'll just have to work through a bunch of steps and a load of floppy disks. 20 odd minutes later, we're now done. We can click proceed and reboot the system. Just like that, we're now booted into the Workbench straight off the compact flash inside of here, and we can see the last floppy disk on the Gotek is also mounted onto the Workbench. And with that, the customer now has a hard drive they can load up with whatever they like. Hopefully they appreciate the free upgrade, and you guys have learned how to install the Amiga OS on a fresh Amiga without even a hard drive installed. That's it for this one, guys. I'll catch you in the next.